This is the final demonstration before the end of July. That's when we get to know whether we have won against Khan or not. I'm just hoping that it's going to be a win for us.
Fact is that we are all out here in the pouring rain because we believe in our hearts that this is the wrong thing. Right? I've been to all of the protests, and every single time I am inspired by the people, like every single one of you, who come out no matter what and say what you're thinking. This is our city, and this is the dreadful mayor who is the destroyer of London. He's already expanded Ulez to the North and South Circular, and then he's expanding it now to Outer London, and we know what's next. Pay per mile. That is going to destroy this city. Done. Businesses gone. Tourism gone. London's economy in the pan. So I'm sorry, but as a young person, what the heck is this? I didn't vote for him. I'm yet to meet anybody who actually did vote for him. Have any of you? No. Has anyone actually met someone who voted for Sadiq Khan? Put your hand up. No one. So, what have we got to do? Well, we've got the judicial review that happened a couple of weeks ago. I'm from Harrow Council. We were one of the councils that started the process, and every single one of you have been helping to get us to this point. Right? Fingers crossed we'll get the results of that by the end of July, before all the judges go off on holiday. Right? If we win, that is democracy. That is the people standing up for what they believe in and telling this mayor where to go. And if we don't, right, if we don't, because there's a chance, if we don't, we have to keep going, right? 29th of August is coming fast and quick. We have to keep going. We have to make our voices loud and clear, because the 2nd of May 2024 is the London elections. Now, I wonder whether Sadiq Khan will even still be on the ballot paper by the time we get to that. Hopefully not. We saw what happened the other day in Uxbridge. People in Hillingdon said no to Ulez, and Sadiq Khan, well, I mean, Labour are having a bit of an infight at the moment, and I'm absolutely loving it. Let's see. The 2nd of May 2024, we're going to kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. Tell them, kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. Kick Khan out. This is our city. This is our BBC. This is a public institution. We are the ones who know what the truth is. We know Ulez will make no difference. We know we don't want it. 66% of people said no in the consultation. Did he listen? No, he did not. So, he's got one more chance. Sadiq Khan, scrap your Ulez, listen to Londoners, or get out. One more time. Kick Khan out. 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 Thank you, everyone. Let's keep going.
Well, it's great to see you here, even though we've got a lot of rain. It's great to see you all still supporting the cause and not just becoming compliant and then disappearing. And that was my fear. Now, obviously we had an election a few days ago, and Steve Tuckwell, bless him, well done, he's done great. Let's give Steve Tuckwell a big cheer. Now, as you know, I stood in the same election, but I'm still happy that Steve Tuckwell won, and the reason is because there was a 93% anti-Ulez vote. Regardless of who got elected, there was a 93% anti-Ulez vote. Now, it's all very well saying that Sadiq Khan should scrap Ulez. I think it's gone beyond that now. Sadiq Khan needs to resign. It's gone beyond scrapping the Ulez now. Sadiq Khan needs to resign. The public have spoken very unanimously in Uxbridge and South Ruislip. But they are the only people who've got a chance to speak up at the moment. Obviously we've got the 2nd of May next year, and we'll look at that. We need to stand united on this. It may be that we pick one candidate or the other, but we're going to have to pick someone that's going to win. Okay, I'm not going to mention names, but there are some very good people who are standing in the election next year. So for the mayoral election, obviously we've got Susan Hall and we've got Howard Cox as well. The point is, we've got to stand united, we've got to stand as a group and decide this is the person we're going to back. But in order for them to get our backing, they need to listen to us on everything, not just Ulez. Alright, there's a bigger picture going on here. It's really big. Speak of the devil, here he is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Howard Cox.
Hello everyone, thanks for coming today. What have you done with the bloody winner? Anyway, but Kingsley, well done what you did last week. I'm really pleased with what you did last week. And I know you knew you were onto a hiding to nothing, but you got that message across, and that's what it's about.
Absolutely, it is about the message. It's not about the person. It's about the message. And this is the thing. It's not about egos or anything like that. The message was no Ulez, 93% no. There were a lot of candidates, and I'm not going to knock a single candidate, even 77 Joe with his 8 votes. That's 8 votes that Labour did not get. So well done, every single candidate that stood, Leo, myself, everyone. We all said the same message, but we said no. Steve Tucker got in, which is great, but let's not. We're not going to pick things just yet. We need to get promises. The way to get politicians to listen is to make a threat for them.
After the actual election on Thursday, I was called by 6 Tory MPs and 3 Labour MPs. And do you know what they said? This is an amazing little statistic. We all agree with you, Howard, and what you're trying to do, the stand for. I'm apolitical. For 50 years I voted Tory, never again. And to cut a huge story short, don't be fooled by this, got to split the vote. The anti-Khan vote. We're not. I'm already going to talk to Susan Hall. I'm quite happy to give her the deputy mayor position. Anyway, thanks for coming out today. We just did GB News. Richard Tice is actually just over. It's worth it having talking to him because he should be the next Prime Minister. Take care. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Cox. Ladies and gents, let's hear for Simon Forthrop.
Thank you, Kingsley. Thank you to everybody for turning out today on what is, let's face it, a bloody miserable day. But it's also a joyous day because of that victory in Uxbridge. And I have to correct Kingsley. He was wrong. It wasn't 93% of people that voted for candidates that expressed views that were sceptical of Ulez. It was 94%. But here's a little thing. I just want to say something. The BBC, I spoke to them a while back about Ulez. I said, well, look, if someone's going to stand as a candidate for the mayor, they should promise to cancel any fines that are issued between now and May, when the election is. Because if it's wrong in May, it's wrong now. And we need that support. But do you know what their question was? They weren't interested in the air at all. Oh, how much will that cost, Simon? That's what they said. How much will that cost? Well, if it's got nothing, if it's to do with air quality, why are you asking me how much it costs? Surely the issue is that it isn't about air quality, it's about raising money, and that's what it's always been about. And finally, and I'll just say this, I challenge the BBC today to come out and talk to us. Why won't they do that? Where are they? Why won't they come out and talk to people that represent the 94% of people in Uxbridge, the 94% of people in Uxbridge who said no to Ulez? Where are they? Why are they absent? I think it says a lot about them and not about you. So thank you all, and once more I think we should say, stop Ulez now! Stop it now! Stop Ulez! Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Just quickly, do you think, I want to get this on record if I can, do you think Sadiq Khan should resign because he's misled everybody, and because the result in Uxbridge has resoundingly said no?
No, because the best way of defeating Ulez is keeping Khan there!
Nick. Well, that's a very good point. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
on GB News, and we're starting to appear on BBC.
But if the BBC won't show us, what will we do? We'll show them. What did you say? BBC! Turn round two! BBC! Turn round two! BBC! Turn round two!
Whistleblower accuses BBC bosses of collusion with Sadiq Khan to silence Ulez criticism. An informant at the BBC has released messages to reform UK London Mayor candidate Howard Cox with a warning stories on Ulez need top-level clearance. A senior news producer at the BBC has leaked messages which show that the corporation is limiting critical coverage of Sadiq Khan's controversial expansion of the ultra-low emission zone. The plans are set to hit around 700,000 hard-pressed motorists living in the capital with a charge of £12.50 per day because their cars are not Ulez compliant. Hundreds of thousands more commuters and businesses from outside London as well will be hit too in what has been described as a tax grab which could cost people more than £4,500 per vehicle each year. The leak to reform UK mayoral candidate Howard Cox, who has led Fair Fuel UK for decades, reveals that Mr. Khan had applied pressure on the BBC over reporting the issue. It said that journalists wanting to run stories now needed top-level clearance over something that is set to be a major electoral issue in the London mayor election and general election both in 2024. The BBC producer was told in an email to news staff from Dan Feynman, senior news editor BBC, South East. If any platforms are doing a story on Ulez charges in the South and South East, we now need to do a mandatory referral to Jason Horton or Robert Thompson, re. Outstanding complaint with the Mayor of London which is very live at the moment. Jason Horton is the Director of Production, Local Services, at BBC News and Current Affairs, head of BBC South Today and BBC South East. He is also an acting director at BBC England. Robert Thompson is BBC's managing editor for online and TV in BBC England. According to Reform UK, the BBC whistleblower told Mr. Cox, "All Ulez stories are now a mandatory referral. We can't report without BBC bosses saying we can. Now you tell me, Howard, that doesn't stop people from doing it, in case he, Sadiq Khan, complains about them too? Unreal to have such an edict put on us by a politician and my bosses running scared of Khan." I also believe a BBC London investigation into Ulez has now been paused because of the Mayor of London's pressure on the BBC.
In the city, people tend to work in offices. They will take their laptops and their paperwork.
With the vicar at the
In
church.
the suburbs, where you've got people who are tradesmen, they need their tools, they need their vans, they need them to support their families. It's putting us under a hell of a lot of pressure.
I'm guessing his car isn't, his van
His
isn't.
van isn't compliant,
Right,
no.
yeah.
So come next month, it's either pay £12.50 a day, which you add that up over a month. People haggle with him for quotes. There's no set price for tree surgery.
Yeah.
He goes and looks, he's already competing against a lot of other people. And work is slow because people are already in a cost of living crisis, so the trees can wait. If you've got a blocked toilet, you need to get it unblocked. If you've got a leaking roof, you need to get your roof done. Tree surgery, you can't, it's a matter of that tree can wait because I'm feeling the pinch.
Yeah.
So it is really, really, with us either having to buy a new van, which just isn't possible, or having to, even with credit, we can't afford to get credit because, we've got mortgage problems, all because through COVID there was no work. It's just going on and on and on, and it's just
But the guests are arriving and the bride is due at 2 o'clock, so let's make sure we give her a round of applause when she arrives at 2 o'clock.
And taxed.
It's the least we can do.
And it's ruining.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
lifestyle.
if you
Just
can
the
move
basic
off the steps,
fundamental
please.
parts is being ruined.
Oh, thank you so much, Gemma. That was
Thank
great.
you.
Cheers for that. That was...